The world of astronomy was recently shaken by a revelation from renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. In a stunning statement, Tyson confirmed that the North Star, the celestial point that has served as a guide for humanity for centuries, has just exploded. This extraordinary cosmic event marks not only a colossal shift in our understanding of the evolution of stars, but also changes our perception of our own place in the universe. The North Star, long considered a stable beacon in the night sky, is no longer what it once was. It has survived a supernova, and something frightening is unfolding. Located approximately 433 light-years away in the constellation Ursa Minor, the North Star has served as a vital navigation point for travelers and explorers for thousands of years. It remained motionless while the rest of the sky rotated around it due to the tilt of the Earth's axis. For generations, it symbolized constancy and guidance. But now, with the news of its catastrophic explosion, this symbol of eternity has been brutally destroyed. According to Tyson, astronomical instruments began to detect irregularities in the brightness of Polaris just a few weeks before the event. But no one could have foreseen such a rapid and dramatic transformation. The explosion of Polaris is not just a spectacular show for stargazers. A supernova is one of the most powerful and energetic events in the universe. When a star like Polaris reaches the end of its life cycle, its core collapses, causing an uncontrollable thermonuclear reaction that ejects the outer layers into space. The energy released is comparable to that of an entire galaxy and briefly eclipses everything around it. Such an event releases not only a huge amount of light, but also deadly radiation and high-energy particles that form shock waves passing through the surrounding space. The consequences of a polar explosion are enormous and multifaceted. First of all, the disappearance of such a prominent visual landmark would disrupt centuries of navigational traditions. Although modern systems rely mainly on GPS, the North Star has remained a natural landmark for both ships and migrating animals. Its sudden disappearance could affect both technological and biological systems. For many animal species, the North Star was an anchor point for nighttime migration. Birds, insects, and even sea turtles may now experience severe disorientation, which could cause chain reactions in ecosystems far from the night sky. From a scientific point of view, this opens an unprecedented window for observing a supernova in real time. Although many stars have exploded in distant galaxies, their light has taken centuries or millennia to reach us, whereas Polaris is almost in our backyard. Its proximity allows astronomers to study the mechanics of a supernova with unprecedented clarity. Tyson noted that Polaris's explosion was not clean or symmetrical. Initial readings indicate an abnormal burst of neutrino radiation, particles so elusive that trillions of them pass through us every second without interacting. This was followed by intermittent bursts of gamma radiation, unlike any ever recorded in similar events. These strange emissions could indicate the formation of a rapidly spinning neutron star, or even more alarmingly, the birth of a black hole. If Polaris really did collapse into a black hole, it would change everything. It would become one of the closest black holes to Earth, and the consequences of its gravitational and energetic effects could extend far beyond what we currently understand. In addition, a strange pulsating radio frequency anomaly has been detected in the area of the explosion. The signals are rhythmic, almost mechanical in structure, and intensify over time. Some scientists suggest natural explanations, such as magnetar activity or oscillating gas clouds, but others are not quick to rule out more exotic possibilities. Tyson called these signals deeply disturbing. This event also reminds us of our vulnerability in the universe. Despite careful observations, the final moments of the star took scientists by surprise. This raises questions about other stars nearby that may be on the verge of a similar fate. If Polaris could go from stability to supernova so quickly, perhaps others can too. What is frightening is not only that a star has died, but that this could set off a chain of events. Supernovae are known to trigger the formation of new stars by compressing nearby gas clouds, but they can also sterilize entire regions of space with their radiation. The shock wave from Polaris could reach other star systems, possibly even ours, depending on how it is absorbed and deflected by the interstellar medium. Cosmic rays are also worth considering. Supernovae generate huge amounts of these high-energy particles, and some of them are already being detected by ground-based observatories. Although the Earth's magnetic field provides reliable protection, prolonged or intense exposure to cosmic rays could pose a long-term threat to technology and living organisms. The psychological effect remains the most frightening. For millennia, the North Pole has been a cosmic anchor, a fixed point in the midst of the changing sky. Its presence was reassuring, reminding us that at least something in the world is eternal. Now this anchor has been torn from the heavens in a furious blaze, and the sky will never be the same again. Ancient civilizations saw the North Star as the axis mundi, the axis around which everything revolves. It was a divine compass, the spiritual guardian of the Earth. Its destruction disrupts not only modern science, but also the cultural consciousness of humanity, destroying yet another link between the mythical and the astronomical. There is also a more disturbing, speculative version, hinted at by Tyson. Perhaps the event was not entirely natural. Although there is no conclusive evidence, some researchers discuss whether the anomalous structure of the explosion and the strange signals could indicate external interference. Was it artificially induced? Did something we don't yet understand interact with the polar? As the world watches the polar fade away, the scientific community stands on the threshold of a discovery that could forever change humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos. Tyson's statement was not just a notification, it was an alarm call, signaling that something has changed and that we will not be able to comprehend the scale of it for a long time to come. The shockwave of knowledge, like the physical shockwave from the death of the polar, is still spreading outward. In the coming months and years, a storm of observations and research will begin. Space telescopes are already trained on the expanding cloud of stellar debris. Radio observatories are trying to locate the source of the rhythmic anomalies. Particle detectors are monitoring fluctuations that may hold the key to unraveling what happened in the final moments of the star's life. Despite the fear and uncertainty, there is also awe. The death of Polaris is not only an end, but also a beginning. It is a rare opportunity to observe birth and destruction in their most extreme form. But now, under a sky without its northern light, the first reaction is not inspiration, but alarm. A raw, almost animalistic understanding that the universe is far more unpredictable and cruel than we allow ourselves to believe. This unpredictability, manifested in the sudden death of Polaris, forces us to bow down before the cosmos. Despite all our knowledge, models, and theories, the star we thought we understood surprised us with its death flash. And this surprise may still hold discoveries of unimaginable scale or threats for which we are not prepared. What is frightening is not only that Polaris exploded, but that it happened now. At this moment in history, when humanity stands on the threshold of the stars, the timing seems almost orchestrated, as if the universe itself has responded to our ambitions by demonstrating its indifferent power. Tyson's words sound like a warning. We are not spectators in a safe theater, watching a cosmic drama from a comfortable distance. We are part of this scene, and the flames that engulfed the polar are not so far from us. And so, as the sky adjusts to the absence of its most familiar guardian, Earth watches, waits, and wonders what will happen next. The night no longer holds its ancient shape. Something has changed, something huge, violent, and frightening. And whatever it is, it's only just beginning.